What's up, everybody? So, are you all as bored of this modern day politics as I am at this point? Well, let's just go through the last 24 hours and have a look at what's happened. A vote was held last night in which the MPs accepted the withdrawal bill, but at the same time they voted against a timetable in which to get it done. So the government was proposing a 3-day timetable, and the MPs have said can't be done in that time. So we're at the situation where the withdrawal bill cannot move forward until that timetable is set. Makes a lot of sense, right? And now we have to wait to see what the EU will do. Will they grant us another extension, or will they say no more? Well, the news out is that it seems an extension will occur, as Donald Tusk has told everybody that the EU will not allow an extension from their side. Essentially, what the MPs have done in this is hand back the power to the EU yet again. The PM has had to pause the bill as it stands. Well, now we have news coming from Europe that there is a split in the opinions, with Germany and France wanting only a short extension. They're only going to back a short extension for a couple of weeks, and that's in order to get the deal through. But Ireland has supported Donald Tusk, who wants to extend to January the 31st. Now, a decision is expected on Monday, and we're all going to wait with bated breath to see what the EU decides. Yeah, I said that right. The EU is going to decide the fate of our country. The EU must be well and truly sick of us by now. It's costing them time and money that they need to be using dealing with other issues, such as their failing economic system. And the longer it goes on, the longer they have to deal with Nigel Farage and the Brexit Party MEPs in their European Parliament. I mean, Anne Widdecombe alone should give them pause for thought. Juncker, he's come out and admitted that Brexit has been a waste of time and energy for the EU. He had a 5-year stint there, and it's coming to an end now, and he feels that the time could have been well spent better, and he regrets having to deal with it at all. Now, Michel Barnier told Sky News this morning that the EU wants some clarification from the UK on what the next steps will be. The EU have been clear all along. They cannot keep giving us pointless extensions while we have no idea on how we are going to move forward. The talk for them seems to be now to be able to provide us with what's called a Flextension. Wow, a Flextension. This is essentially a 3-month extension with the possibility of the UK leaving earlier if the withdrawal agreement is ratified, but this would also give enough time for a general election should it be needed. Now, if you think that the MPs are playing games now, just you wait to see what's going to happen under a Flextension. I mean, as an aside though, does anyone else think that we have too many portmanteau words in our language already? That's two words which are forced together to sound all awkward. Brexit being one of them, to be fair, but Flextension, that's the new one. Just a thought anyway. Now, Boris Johnson has made it clear, yet again to Donald Tusk, that he does not want a Brexit delay. But I think we've all seen how so-called democracy in the EU works, and the current situation is a good example of it. So essentially the government has been forced into an action that they did not want to do, and the EU now appears willing to accept an unsigned letter produced under duress as a genuine request. This says more about them than frankly we need to know. Now, to put us in this situation with the EU, waiting for them to decide on our future is a disgraceful situation and a very good reason as to why we need a general election. The impasse we are experiencing in government and the Parliament is making a laughingstock of the country, and yet, due to the Fixed Term Parliament Act, this might not be forthcoming. We may not be able to get a general election. It would take more than a majority vote in Parliament for this to occur. Or there is a possibility, if we have a failed attempt at a vote of no confidence, an unresolved one. Now, neither of these seem to be on the cards at the moment. Polling suggests that the Conservatives are still 15% in the lead over second place Labour, which is a great reason for the opposition not to want to go down the route of a general election and risk losing many of their seats. And a government of national unity is still no closer due to factors we've already discussed in previous videos. There should be no vote as such until the opposition are sure that they can get enough support to take power. And they, in case, because they will risk handing all of the cards to Boris Johnson if they do it too early and they don't get that backing. Now, the government have already tabled motions twice for general election, and twice it has been rejected. We will perhaps see the government do this again, but we should not expect a different outcome. Now, there's talk in some circles that there may be other ways that the government would be able to force a general election. But at this time, as this is just a matter of speculation, we're not going to go into details about this right now. It is of note, though, that Number 10 has said that if an extension is granted until the 31st of January, they will pull the Withdrawal Act bill and legislate for a general election. Now, we look weak to the world as the EU pushes us around and decides our future. The humiliation that our Parliament forced upon the government and the country through the Surrender Act cannot and should not be forgotten. I think that the people of this country will not forget it when it comes time to make our voices heard at the ballot box. This uncertainty, which has been a virus to our very nation, as time has passed since the Brexit vote, it must stop. The time is now. Democracy is at stake. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe if you appreciate what we do.